Ever scrolled through a late-night live stream and felt a chill run down your spine? You see the influencer, you see their room, but you get this nagging feeling that something is off. Tonight, we're rediving into a story that will make you think twice before hitting that go live button, especially if there's a mirror in the room. This is the disturbing tale of the influencer, known only as Luna, and her final, terrifying broadcast. Luna was at the peak of her online career, with millions of followers. She was the queen of paranormal content. Her fans loved her late-night ghost hunts in abandoned buildings and her spooky story times. For her big Halloween special, she promised something different, something more personal. She was going to conduct a séance, live from her own apartment, using an antique mirror she'd recently bought from a mysterious estate sale. The title of the stream was simple but chilling. Let us see who was on the other side. The live stream started like any other. Luna, charismatic and bubbly, greeted her viewers, the chat flying by with excited messages. Behind her, the ornate, slightly tarnished mirror reflected her brightly lit room. "All right, my spooky squad," she said with a grin. "Tonight, we're not just looking for ghosts, we're inviting them." She lit a few candles, the flames flickering and dancing, casting long, wavering shadows across the walls. The atmosphere was set. But as she began her ritual, chanting supposed ancient words she found online, her viewers started noticing things she couldn't. It started subtly. In the comments, a few people typed, "Did you see that?" Or "Look in the mirror behind you." At first, Luna laughed it off, playing along. "Ooh, is our guest of honor already here?" she joked, winking at the camera. But the comments became more frantic. "Luna, it's not a joke. There's a shadow behind you in the reflection." She paused, her smile faltering. She turned around. Nothing. Just her empty apartment. She looked back at her screen, forcing a nervous laugh. "You guys are trying to scare me, aren't you? Very funny." But when she looked at the monitor showing her own stream, her blood ran cold. In the mirror on her screen, a tall, slender shadow was standing right behind her reflection. It was motionless, a dark silhouette against the light of her room. But she was alone. There was no one there. Panic began to set in. Her breath hitched. The chat was now a waterfall of panicked messages, everyone seeing the same impossible thing. "Luna, get out. End the stream. It's real." She slowly turned her head back towards the real mirror. Empty, she looked back at the screen. The shadow was still there, but now its head was tilted, as if it were curiously studying her. Then, the unthinkable happened. On screen, the reflection of Luna began to move on its own, while the real Luna was frozen in terror, staring at her monitor. Her reflection slowly raised a hand and waved at the camera, a wide, unnatural smile spreading across its face. It was a face, but the eyes were hollow, dark pits. The real Luna let out a choked scream. She scrambled backward, away from her setup, tripping over a chair. Her reflection, however, didn't fall. It simply stood up from the chair in the mirror world and walked forward, pressing its hands against the glass from the inside. The viewers watched in horror as the distorted, smiling face of her reflection grew larger, its features twisting. The lights in Luna's apartment began to flicker violently, and a low, guttural humming sound filled the audio, drowning out her terrified sobs. The last thing her followers saw was the real Luna, backed against the far wall, pointing a trembling finger at the mirror. On the screen, her reflection's hand began to push through the surface of the mirror, like it was made of water. The screen glitched, pixelating wildly before the connection was abruptly cut. The stream went dead, replaced by a simple, stark, red message. "This stream has ended." No one ever heard from Luna again. The police investigated her disappearance, but found her apartment empty, with no signs of a struggle. The only thing out of place was the antique mirror, which was cold to the touch, even on a warm day. The VOD of the livestream was mysteriously corrupted, with only a few screen-grabbed clips surviving on the internet, shared in hushed tones on paranormal forums. Some say if you watch those clips late at night, you can still see the figure standing in the background. They say Luna didn't just disappear. She was pulled through, swapped with whatever was living on the other side, and that the entity is now out in our world looking for its next reflection. So the next time you see yourself in a mirror, take a closer look. Are you sure you're the only one looking back? Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy diving into the unknown, make sure to follow 4 more tailies from the dark side of the internet. Stay safe out there.